From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, April 8th. A mild start to the day, temps in the 50s. Better keep that umbrella around, though, because we're going to have some showers on and off throughout the day. Some isolated storms even possible for the eastern half of the state. Can't rule out an isolated strong to severe storm. A cooler day on tap than what we just got used to. Highs top out in the upper 60s to low 70s. And a manhunt ended overnight after 5 people are killed in a mass shooting. It happened yesterday in South Carolina, just across the state line from Charlotte. Authorities confirmed the victims who were killed are Robert and Barbara Leslie, their 2 young grandchildren, and another adult, James Lewis, who was working at the home. A 6th person was taken to a hospital who'd been shot as well. In an early morning update, the sheriff's office says it found the shooting suspect in a house nearby. The nonprofit Gun Violence Archive says this is the 132nd mass shooting in the United States so far this year. And today, President Biden is set to announce a series of 6 executive actions on gun control, a move he vowed to do after the many recent mass shootings. The first action will direct the Department of Justice to tighten restrictions on ghost guns. Those are guns that are made at home, self-assembled, and don't have serial numbers. The second will restrict pistol braces that help stabilize guns and make them more accurate. The third is suggesting red flag legislation for states. Those are laws that allow family or police to have a court temporarily take guns away from people who might hurt themselves or others. The fourth is a plan to invest money into evidence-based community violence interventions. The fifth is an annual report on firearms trafficking. And the 6th is nominating a gun control advocate to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Now, President Biden is also set to announce that David Chipman will be his nomination for that position. Chipman is a former ATF agent who serves as a senior policy advisor for an organization led by former Congresswoman and now gun control advocate Gabby Giffords. Last night, she tweeted saying, President Biden promised to take action on gun violence in his first 100 days in office, and today he delivered. These executive actions will help address a crisis that devastates communities across the country on a daily basis. After the president's announcement, it'll be up to the Justice Department to write the rules for these gun control actions in the next 30 to 60 days. Then the White House says they plan to apply pressure on lawmakers for further action on more sweeping gun control measures, like a ban on assault weapons or universal background checks. And also the president says inaction is not an option when it comes to improving the country's infrastructure. Biden is addressing criticism about what his American Jobs Plan would cover. Republicans say the plan needs to focus on traditional infrastructure like roads and bridges. But Biden argues the country risks losing its economic edge if it doesn't invest in things like electric grids and broadband.
Do we think the rest of the world is waiting around? Take a look. Do you think China is waiting around to invest in this digital infrastructure? I promise you, they are not waiting.
As we've talked about on Daybreak on Wish TV, we have reported that the president is suggesting raising the corporate tax rate to pay for the plan. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calls that a win-win. She says increasing the rate to 28% would generate around $2.5 trillion in revenue over 15 years. Former Vice President Mike Pence has 2 books in the works. He signed a multi-million-dollar deal with a publisher. CNN reports the deal is worth somewhere between $3 and $4 million. Representative for the former Indiana governor declined to comment on the deal. The news does come after Pence announced he's launching a new political advocacy group. You are invited to work out tonight. It's a challenge in honor of a fallen police officer in Indianapolis. Tomorrow marks 1 year since IMPD officer Breanne Leith was shot and killed in the line of duty. News 8's Brenna Donnelly spoke to Leith's field trainer, who says there are reasons behind remembering her in this way. He says it's a fit way to remember her, and she was exceptionally fit as an officer and a joy to work with, he says. Officer Babacar Diouf told Brenna that she taught him how to use Snapchat, but also impressed him by running down a suspect at 96th and Meridian. He remembered her first day as a rookie riding along in his squad car.
And that very night, I'm receiving a Officer of the Month at North District. So she looked at me, shook my hand, say, I'm off to leave. I'm with you today. But okay, I see. This is what I got to live up to. She said, I will get one of those soon. And surely she did later on.
He wants everyone to be like Bree, using her name as an acronym, BRE, for brave, resilient, and empowered. And you might need some courage to pull off these workouts. Tonight at 6:30, you can try out one of two, the yellow or the black. So the yellow one is about 24 push-ups, squats, sit-ups, a short run, then you repeat that 3 times. You can spread the reps out within a group if that helps, or you can do the workout Officer Leith would have chosen, likely the black workout. You run a mile, then do more than 6 dozen each of push-ups, squats, and then a burpee series.
She will look down definitely and smile, and maybe she may laugh at some of us struggling.
The total exercises equal 231 reps, which is Officer Leith's resting unit number. That number will never again be used by an IMPD officer. They do want you to register in advance. You just need to provide an email address. It's free, and Brenna has put a link up on wishtv.com so you can register if you're interested. A genuinely great person who had a huge heart and a glowing smile. That's how an owner of St. Elmo Steakhouse describes a longtime worker who recently died. The description is in a long new thread posted overnight on the restaurant's Twitter. News of the death broke as St. Elmo was closed for a COVID-19 outbreak. The owners say they'll work with the employee's family on a fundraiser on their behalf. And breaking news this morning, there's been a delay for the French Open tennis tournament. Organizers are pushing it back 1 week because of the pandemic. It's now set to start May 30th instead of the 23rd. Organizers say they're moving it this year in hopes of playing it in front of as many fans as possible. A variant of the COVID-19 virus is now the most common strain in the United States. The director for the CDC says the strain first identified in the United Kingdom is now the most prevalent here. According to Dr. Rochelle Walensky, there are more than 16,000 reported cases in the United States.
These trends are pointing to 2 clear truths. 1, the virus still has hold on us, infecting people and putting them in harm's way, and we need to remain vigilant. And 2, we need to continue to accelerate our vaccination efforts and to take the individual responsibility to get vaccinated when we can.
Walensky says the agency is also seeing hospitals reporting younger adults in their 30s and 40s admitted with severe COVID-19 infections. Numbers out this week show students are not coming back to class as quickly as schools are reopening. According to a survey from the Biden administration, 46% of public schools were offering full-time in-person learning in February. Overall, 34% of students were full-time, with older students at a lower rate than that. The findings are based on a survey of schools in 37 states. The FBI is asking women and girls who may have been kidnapped by 2 truck drivers to please come forward. According to the agency, both suspects are in jail this morning. Brian Summerson and Pierre Washington. The FBI says the 2 kidnapped women demanding money for their release. The FBI says both men traveled through Indiana and several other states. If you are a victim or know someone who is, call the FBI's Indianapolis office.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Witnesses in the Derek Chauvin trial are giving moment-by-moment insight into the arrest of George Floyd. A use of force expert who testified yesterday spoke about the disputed question of whether Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's neck, shoulders, or back.
Is the risk related to the pressure on the neck or the pressure on the body?
The pressure on the body. Any additional pressure on the body complicates breathing.
The defense called on a special agent with Minnesota's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to decipher what Floyd is heard saying on police body camera video.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did it appear that Mr. Floyd said, "I ate too many drugs"?
Yes.
The prosecution then shared a longer video clip with the witnesses.
Having heard it in context, you're able to tell what Mr. Floyd is saying there?
Yes, I believe Mr. Floyd was saying, "I ain't doing no drugs."
So it's a little different than what you were asked about when you only saw a portion of the video, correct?
Yes, sir.
A forensic investigator told jurors pills were found both inside the vehicle Floyd was in before the arrest and inside the squad car. Analysis showed that they contained fentanyl and methamphetamine. Today, 2 of Indiana's members of Congress are taking a trip to the southern border. Representatives Jim Banks and Victoria Spartz are part of a Republican study committee. The group will visit the Department of Homeland Security's Eagle Pass detention facility. It's about 2 hours west of San Antonio. The delegation will meet with Border Patrol leaders and local law enforcement. Congressman Banks says he hopes they'll come away with ways to fix what he calls Biden's border crisis. To a few business headlines now. U.S. property taxes increased at the fastest pace for 4 years in 2020, with some of the steepest increases coming in traditionally low-cost Sun Belt states. Adam Data Solutions found the average tax on a single-family home climbed 4.4%, double the rate of increase in 2019. However, the traditionally high-tax states of the U.S. Northeast remain the most expensive for property owners. New Jersey, with an average charge on single-family homes of $9,196, topped the list, followed by New York and New Hampshire. Demand for secondhand goods is booming right now, and online luxury reseller The Real is looking to cash in. It's opening up more stores in the hopes of attracting people who want to resell the luxury items in their closets. McDonald's will pursue damages against Tyson Foods and Pilgrim's Pride over allegations that the food companies conspired to illegally raise prices for chicken. Insider reported that the fast food giant told its franchisees about its legal plans in a memo. Pilgrim's Pride, which is owned by Brazilian-based meat industry giant JBS and Tyson, were among a group of poultry companies that were probed by the Department of Justice beginning in 2016 over claims of chicken price fixing that allegedly happened from 2008 to at least early 2019. T-Mobile is making its 5G home internet service a reality. It says 30 million homes are now eligible for the service, 10 million of which are in rural areas. The cost is $60 a month. Home internet customers are subject to data slowdowns during times of network congestion. Ketchup is the latest product to see supply issues. Prices for ketchup packets have gone up 13% since January of 2020. This is according to data from Plate IQ, a restaurant industry technology platform, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. A shortage of America's favorite condiment is the latest to hit the food service industry amid increased demand for takeout amid the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. A lot of the 50 ketchup packets recently sold for $9.99 on eBay. Seats are spilling out onto the streets in Speedway. The town is letting restaurants set up tables and chairs to help them serve more customers. The expansion means some restaurants can double capacity. So News 8 went to Barbecue and Bourbon on Main. The town is letting the restaurant set up 5 tables in a parking lot it owns. The owner says she's waiting to set the tables up until the last bit of cool weather passes. But down the street at Dawson's on Main, that restaurant already has tables on both Main and 15th Streets. Both restaurants, the owners there tell us that they're thankful for the town's help.
They've been over backwards to make sure everything's okay for us. Made it through the winter. Everybody's been counting on this time of year and opening back up.
I'm really excited. I think that it's going to be a busy summer. We're ready for it.
The increase in capacity should also help to serve fans coming to see the Indianapolis 500 next month. And today, there will be roars returning to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway if the rain lets it happen. A big test session will let 32 drivers turn laps on the track. The teams seem ready. There's a hype video released from Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan.
Who are the fans who drove the wheels off that thing today?
Entire Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan team. Panasonic people already Honda.
The team features last year's Indy 500 winner Takuma Sato and our longtime driver analyst Graham Rahal. The Chip Ganassi team looks ready too. A driver Marcus Erickson posted a picture to Twitter. It shows the team's transporters just side by side. The test is not open to fans. The museum is open today, so fans can go see that. Right now, we are 52 days away from this year's running of the Indianapolis 500. Investigators say Tiger Woods was driving more than 80 miles per hour when he crashed his SUV. The speed limit on the road was 45 miles per hour. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says excessive speed caused the wreck. They say Woods lost control, crossed 2 lanes of traffic, and hit a tree at 75 miles per hour. Investigators say there's no evidence that the golfer tried to brake and may have stepped on the gas pedal instead in a panic. They also say he will not face any citations. Woods needed several surgeries after the crash to repair severe leg injuries. A beloved longtime animal expert is retiring from public life. Jack Hanna has Alzheimer's disease. Hanna is well known for his live animal demonstrations on late-night talk shows, his current show on Wish TV, and his longtime association with the Columbus Zoo in Ohio. His family posted a letter yesterday revealing the diagnosis, saying his health is deteriorating quickly. They do say his sense of humor still shines through and that he still wears his signature khakis at home. Jack Hanna's Into the Wild airs Saturday mornings at 11 on Wish TV. You can expect the next few months to be loud. 17-year cicadas will emerge this spring in what some experts call an insect eruption, and it's the region's largest brood of the bug. These cicadas are part of the group called Brood X and will be hard to miss. They'll cover trees, fence posts, and signs. Millions of the insects will rise from the ground mid to late May. They'll breed and leave behind the next generation, but only stick around for 2 to 4 weeks. University of Indianapolis Associate Professor of Biology, Dr. Mark Milne, says the insect isn't poisonous, but you shouldn't let your pets eat them. He also says if you're about to plant small trees, maybe hold off. The female cicadas cut slits in the stem of trees, and that's where they lay their eggs. This could kill the branches and cause some wilting. But it's the noise you're going to really notice.
It's going to get quite loud, I think, especially if you have a lot of trees on the property and maybe in forests or where you have a lot of deciduous trees. We don't get to see this very often. And, I think we should take a little bit more time from our busy schedules to appreciate these interesting natural history events that are occurring around us and the critters all around us that live in this world just like we do.
Not only will cicadas take over Indiana, but also surrounding states like Illinois, Kentucky, and Ohio. The last time this type of cicada made an appearance was 2004, and the next generation won't surface until 2038. And finally, the Pacers are looking to get healthy during a short break. The Blue and Gold won last night with mainly bench players. The Pacers played Minnesota without Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, and Miles Turner. It was a team effort led by T.J. McConnell, who had 22 points and 15 assists. Pacers beat the Timberwolves 141-137.
I appreciate Coach believing in me. You have no idea what that does for a player's confidence, and I really appreciate that. So, but for me, I feel like whenever my number's called, I try to stay ready no matter what and get our team the best shot available, and that's what I tried to do.
Up next for the Pacers is the Grizzlies in Memphis Sunday night. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.